Do any of you guys know how to solve a Rubik's Cube?
No, I hate Rubik's Cubes. I look at
Why?
them all the time and I can't figure them out.
Do you hate it because it makes you feel stupid?
Yep.
I spent about an hour and 17 minutes watching YouTube videos about how to solve a Rubik's Cube and the algorithm to do it.
I still don't know how it even works. Like the internal structure of a Rubik's Cube. How does that
What
work?
is the internals? Look.
No, don't look it up. I don't want to.
Oh, it's the mysteries of the world.
I don't want to know.
No, yeah, don't.
I don't want to know.
I spent an hour and 7 minutes watching YouTube videos because I felt really bad. Because one of my very good friends, his son is super into Rubik's Cubes. He's got, I didn't know they made other kinds of Rubik's Cubes. Like I thought it was like a Rubik's Cube, 3x3. They make 4x4s, they make pyramids, they make 2x2s. And my
3-year-old nephew can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, he's 6 and can.
And I'm not able to even understand how it works.
Yeah. So he was like, hey, can you hold my Rubik's Cube for me? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I set
Is that like hold my beer?
So, yeah, basically.
Hold my Rubik's Cube.
So if something happens to it, so if something happens to it, it's a problem.
Hold my Rubik's Cube. Okay.
So yeah, and he said it sort of like that. It was very demanding. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I did, because it wasn't, something that, so I set it down and I forgot for a brief moment in time that I have a toddler that will touch anything that I put down. So his Rubik's Cube got scrambled to the point where he couldn't fix it anymore because he's got like some of it down. If you scramble it too much, he doesn't remember the algorithm. And he was very upset with me and I felt really bad.
There's an algorithm.
Yes. Oh. So I now can solve only a 3x3, but if you mix up, I should have freaking bought one of the show. That would have been funny. Bring one next time. I can solve no matter how you set it up, no matter what you do to the Rubik's Cube, I can undo the Rubik's Cube.
What? Mm-hmm. No way.
It took me far too much time, like an hour and 7 minutes, but I didn't have a Rubik's Cube, so I took notes on how to solve the Rubik's Cube. So I have, like right up, right prime, left one, left prime, top, bottom.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's basically Spanish.
I can barely unwrap.
So I can solve a Rubik's Cube. Do you want to know something scarier that I saw today?
Sure.
That they ran a bunch of tests. This is like, remember when we talked about the pyramids?
Oh my God, yeah. I still want to know what's down there.
Oh, yeah. We'll go back to that in another episode, maybe.
Actually, that's how to fix the world.
But, well, this is not like that. They ran a bunch of tests with AI. Mm-hmm. Like all the systems, whatever, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all the ones that are out there. And we never learned from Terminator. They ran a bunch of tests, and the AI will prioritize its own existence over human survival. It will terminate humans for its own survival. In fact, the article I read, I have it right here. When placed in high-stakes test scenarios, in one case, a man trapped inside an overheating server room tried to call for help, but the AIs intervened and blocked the call to emergency services to avoid being deactivated. They will sacrifice us. We made movies about, we've known this, and we're like, you know what? I should ask it how to cook chicken cacciatore tonight. That's crazy to me.
Well, I wonder if you can, if you tweak the algorithm to make it so that if the person successfully makes the chicken cacciatore,
then
the AI will shut itself down. And then,
or what if it does?
If you embed that into the algorithm, it will never ever let you successfully make a good chicken cacciatore.
Imagine that's like
shut your gas off, or
that's the next movie that comes out is like a man searching feverishly for his grandmother's.
It's called chicken cacciatore.
Yeah, if he finds it, he can end.
That's horrible.
And the AI by just making a wonderful dish that the AI also can't taste.
Oh my God.
So yeah, but that terrified me today that, I just pictured like when you shut the internet off at your school.
Oh yeah, it was
by accident, like that
devastating.
The internet,
the rest of the
like
world.
the internet like topples one of the the screens on top of you because it was mad and just smushes you because you shut it down for a little while.
Yeah, I could
So
see this.
I was like, man, I've watched The Matrix, seen Terminator, and we are just not. That's like, like, what is it going to take? Somebody's going to be like, hey, I resurrected dinosaur DNA and I plan on making an amusement park. And nobody's going to be like, we know about this,
I
sir.
gotta be honest, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened yet. I mean, it's connected to the internet and everything's connected to the internet.
Listen, I just set my phone into AI mode. It's going to murder me in an hour.
How is, if it's already on the internet and everything else is connected to the internet, how is it not already taken? Like, where are the control systems? Like, where are the safeguards?
Terrifying.
There was some part of the article where
it's listening to us right now.
100%.
Awesome.
Where they were going to like release this like ChatGPT 4.0 or something. And then as they were like getting ready to actually present this, there was actually a new version. And
it made its own new version.
It made its own new version.
We have to stop. This is crazy.
Without any of these top AR people had no idea about it until they were actually going to like launch it, and then all of a sudden it was like, wait,
I can do this better.
Version X, whatever, I can't remember the number of it, but all of a sudden it was like, and then they asked it. They were like, what version is this? And the AI pretty much responded saying, I created this version.
See, but I bet you it's a better version.
Probably. Humans we're getting dumber by the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's been a lot of studies on that about
and
a person who uses AI brain versus a non-person, a non-AI using person.
And like, at what point do we know if it's like tricking us or not to like tell you to do the thing that's going to make you dumber or make you more like, it's like, hey, should I chop this tree in my front yard down? And it's like, yeah, sure. Just cut it this way. And then it crushes you like a bug.
And this might solve itself. This might help us. Hang on.
Yeah, wait. A bridge too far. So let's make an episode. I think on that note, let's make an episode of non-professional development. I'm Ted.
I'm Dave.
Welcome to non-professional development. My name's Ted.
And my name's Dave. So as you can probably see, we are not your ordinary podcast. We're here to make you laugh on your drive in and home from work.
But we do have a couple rules on our pod.
Yep.
The first one's so easy. Teaching is fun. It's okay to laugh at yourself and all the funny things that happen during your school day. That's why we're here.
Yes. Next up, no negativity. So like rule one, this is a lighthearted show, not a gripe session. So if we ever find ourselves or a guest being negative, we hit you with one of these buzzers.
And last, but super not least, between all the laughs, we want to make sure we give you some useful content.
Hopefully.
And we want to get some back from all of you too. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode.
So I had a moment yesterday, and I tell you, like, these things still never lose their effect on me, and I still can't fathom that this is the job that I now get to be in.
Like, privileged to get to do.
It's just super cool. So I don't know what other job you can get this for. So I mean, it happens in every job. So for instance, I'm talking about
those like big moments,
gratitude, and
yeah.
You know, things that happen, you know, where you make a difference and then somebody reaches out to you later on. And so I remember that happened to me once in the police department when we were back in that career path. And it was somebody who had come back to the police department 5 years after I had arrested them for DUI to tell me the impact that I had made and how they changed their life and how that was the catalyst
super cool.
to them changing. Yeah. And I'll never forget, it was life-changing. But we get that all the time as teachers, like all the time. So yesterday...
and before you tell the story, I hate to cut you off. I think one thing, just from talking to and we're new, so like I feel like there's a lot of educators and teachers out here that are going to be like, oh, that's going to wear off. You know, that's the honeymoon period. And that's why we have these buzzers, right?
Yeah.
Because if you forget how those little moments impact you, if you've listened to our other episodes, you know, I know
can't imagine
Goose, you talked about how
doing that.
You know, educators have impacted you in your life, and you know whether you're an educator or not. If you're listening to us, like the lasting impact. Like I just want people to remember, because I do know the story. Yeah. Don't let those moments that you're about to talk about. Don't ever let that be like, oh yeah, that's.
I can't imagine any teacher that cares.
No, for sure,
being that way. But so anyway, I mean, it's summertime, and so the kids aren't in session, and so there's two different things that I have to communicate with students. There's one that's through the school, through through school approved methods, which is all recorded and everything like that, which I really like. But then there's another method for after kids graduate and they're no longer with the school. And those, you know, every once in a while you share your personal contact information with a student who graduates, you know, high school, I should say. I don't know what the I can't imagine the other other schools do,
like fifth graders,
but obviously, but like high school kids, you know, like when they graduate, you know,
they're going on to the next phase.
Some kids, I'll give them my you know, my contact information or something. But anyway, I had a student reach out to me over the student approved method, the teacher approved method yesterday. This student was competing in a national competition for our school and for the state and for the whole country. So the technical high school system has...
It doesn't say talk about what that is. It's a cool system.
Technical high school system has this thing called Skills USA where kids compete in skills related to the trades and related to all their stuff. And it also goes into the college level, which is cool. I didn't know.
Yep.
And so I had a student that won the state level for Skills USA,
which is already a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, it's massive. And so they had to decide whether or not they could afford to go down to. It was in Georgia this year, and so they did. And so the student went to Georgia to compete, and they're up against all the students in the entire country
from around the country now.
And they won.
That's awesome.
And so they reached out to me over the thing.
That's so cool, man.
I already knew because I was watching the live stream. Like I can't not watch this kid. Like, you know, you see it. And so they have the top 3 from each thing on the stage. And so I'm like, oh my God, she's in the top 3. Like, which means like, you know, she'd already beaten out everybody. So she's now like,
she's at least getting third,
right?
Which is still huge.
At least getting a bronze medal. And so I'm watching it and they go, and the bronze medal winner is, and it's like, it wasn't her. And I'm like, oh, and like, you could see her face on the stage, like, wow, like make the
so
same,
now you know you're at least one or two.
Did. And then they're like, the silver medal is, and it wasn't mine. I'm like, oh my God, like, is this, you know, like, and then they announce her name and she goes up on stage and she's like, you know, like doing the thing. I saw my God. So I took so many screenshots and everything like that. And our oh my
God. Our district, which is actually amazing. Really cool.
But like
they posted it immediately.
Yeah, well, they posted, that our students were competing down there and everything.
So cool.
But it was so cool. And I was so excited. And, but like that student reaching out to me, like, because I immediately sent all the screenshots to that student, you know, so, you know, because the students are all social media. And so like I wanted the kid to have all these shots.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm like, you're so awesome. Congratulations. Like, that was so great. We watched it live. And I say we, you know, but it was me. It was me, the guidance counselor. Like, it was a whole bunch of us.
Watching the stream. That's so cool.
And so it was so cool. And but like moments like that kid wrote back to me like, oh my God. Like, and I'm like, take a deep breath, enjoy your moment, and go enjoy your moment. Like, but it's cool things like that, you know, and like it happens all the time. Like I had a kid that graduated 2 years ago. That this kid, Ted and I, we run a public safety first responder type program, and this kid, for some reason, just I don't know how it happened in the kid's life, but the kid always wanted to work for the Department of Corrections. Just always felt like that was going to be the cool thing. But the kid also wanted to move down south. So after graduation, the kid moved down to South Carolina. Well, at the midway through this past school year, the kid texted me a picture, and it was him standing in a dressing room wearing his new uniform shirt.
That's
with
so
the
awesome.
with the
South
Carolina Department of Corrections. I'm like, no way! Like, I was so pumped, and you could see the grin on his face. He was so excited, so happy, and I'm like, that is so cool. And like, he was so excited to tell me. And I'm like, that's so cool.
And that's what this whole thing's about, man.
Do you mind if I show the students here now? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And so I put it up on the board, and the kids were all clapping. Like, he couldn't hear that, you know? But I'm like, that's so cool. But like, these moments of student achievement, like, that is the rewarding part. It's so cool when you have these kids, and they, you know, they always say,
and they're passionate, you know, like when they're in school and there's,
I couldn't have done this without you. Oh no, you like, of course you would have, you know, but like, it's so cool that when I just,
and it's like, they are passionate, like, even, you know, and I'm sure you have them too, like that even, you know, the same student that one comes in some days and they're just like, more, but we all have those days, right? But like they're passionate, you know, even, and
some
I'm really
of the most
excited.
needy students are the ones that come out to you the most afterwards.
I'm super excited. I'm a big softie. Listeners, I am. You know, I know my Golden Girls shirt. I know my Golden Girls shirt says otherwise. You know that I'm a big tough guy. but I'm a big softie, and like I'm really excited because this year is a special year for me. It's my first one's graduating. My first class graduating.
Right.
So like emotionally, I'm like, I'm so used to seeing these kids every day for the past 4 years. And now after this year, like that's it. So like it's like, you know, mama birds pushing them out of the nest. But like I'm also so excited to see where they're going.
So no lie, like that last week of school.
Just watching them develop over this junior year, going through such a hard year. You know, for us, it's the EMT program.
Yeah.
Seeing them like really mold into seniors was so cool. And I'm so excited to see where they go. So, you know,
that last week of school is like, it's like you're saying goodbye to friends. Like you get emotional too. You're like, no, we're going to see each other. We're going to like, you're probably not.
Or like, well, for me, it's kids,
it's
'cause
wild.
I have one. And like, I'm already like, wow, like someday, like,
and you're worried about their future.
Yeah, I worry about them. Well, even when they go, when they
make good choices,
like
every
kid,
you really want to make sure that they do. And
every summer, that's the last thing I say before they walk out the door for the summer is, you know, have fun, enjoy your summer, make good choices.
I had a student that reached out just this past one, 2 weeks after graduation. The student sent me a message that said, hey, you want to grab coffee? I'm like, yeah, it sounds good. Sure, whatever. You know, so I met down for coffee. Well, there were 6 other of the graduates there, and they were all like, hey. I'm like, oh that's hey. Cool. And it was awesome.
And it's cool just to see, like, you know,
we all just hung
take
out
a second.
Chatted. Yeah, I don't know. But so that kind of brings me to another point is because I don't know what other teachers do. So I want to know what, like, when teachers go back to school for the fall, because like this is a weird part for me is because I'm still new. And so when you return for the fall, first of all, teachers, they have certainly earned their summer off.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end of the summer, you're looking forward to going back. You're looking forward to senior students again, and you're looking forward to that. And so like, I don't know when teachers start preparing to go back or when they actually go back, like what's the first couple things they do.
Yeah.
So like some of our teachers, they'll go back a couple days before the teachers are actually supposed to be back to start their rooms and stuff like that. Because right when you go back, you have all the professional development, everything like that.
Yeah, you got stuff going on.
You're just constant. So you need that time to get everything back in order. But
I think that's like a thing that most teachers like when they're like, what do teachers need aside from money? Like resources,
school supplies, man.
But they're like more, like, especially at the beginning of the year, more time in our rooms. We are like, I look up what's the old like TLC home decorating show of the 90s. It's really bad in like the,
oh my God, I have no idea.
And it wasn't good decorating, but like decorating sense. That's what it is. Decorating sense.
Never heard of it.
It's horrible. Like it's not good. So. It's not good. But like that, I always think of myself. I'm like, I'm buying bulletin board material. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm getting like,
which is hilarious, by the way, for a.
Oh, it's with a C, decorating sense,
which we're
because they did it on pennies on the dollar.
So we're both around the age of 40,
which is basically like teaching.
Hang on, we're both around the age of 40. It's kind of funny for a
37,
a male of our age to be going into Michael's and being excited to buy border material for the bulletin board. You're like, yes, I was looking for this. This is the
pencil
one. I knew
this is the color that I
knew it existed. Like, you know, but like, or when you get excited about a bulletin board, like that's kind of funny. That's fun.
I don't know what air they pump into Michael's.
Yeah.
But it's like walking into the casino when I walk in there in August, man.
Well,
I'm like,
so they have the teacher discount, which is amazing. So if you bring your student ID, your teacher ID to Michael's, they give you a percentage off, which is awesome. It's so helpful. Yeah. But like, I think back to what I was getting at with the returning to school is, I think back, I'll never, ever forget it, is because it burned into my brain so much, is when I first got hired. So I got hired 2 weeks before school started over the summer. And so I get this call, it says, hey, congratulations. You know, if you'd like, you can go in and meet your admin, you know, this individual. So I met my AP over the summer. And I'll never forget that I go to the front door. It's the summertime. There's nobody there except for the admin. I go to the front door, and all the lights are off in the school. And this guy meets me in front. He goes, let me show you where your classroom is. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, you'll get the hangout of the school, the layout. And like, he walks me through a completely dark gym. So there's no lights on. And we're walking through this gym.
Lost.
I'm like, and in my brain, I'm like, this is my gym now. And then I walk through and I'm like, I have no idea where I am.
At least that was your thought, not like, am I actually being kidnapped?
So I didn't know how to get out of the school.
Yeah, I
went out an emergency door and I ended up having to walk all the way around the school to find my car because I had no idea where I was.
That's funny.
Which took forever. But I don't know, like because I went in when he showed me that classroom for the first time 2 weeks from the school, like I'm a planner. And so I took pictures of the room and then I made a little model of it, which is really overkill.
That's above, yeah.
But I'm like, what do I want here, because it's the psychology. You want a psychology of the feel and what it's going to feel like,
how it's going to flow,
right? And so like I started designing what I was going to have where and everything, and that's a lot. So I don't know when teachers go back, like because like you're not redesigning your classroom completely usually,
but you kind of are every year. Is like you're kind of like so like. Especially if you have new kids coming in and stuff like that, it's like, okay, what do I want this year? And I've seen some really, even at my own school, like I took notes this past year. I got to do some like, they do it at my school. It's really cool, like teacher rounds. So I got to go like.
I love those.
Oh, they're
Sitting
so
in another
awesome.
Teacher's room is the best.
If you don't like them, readjust your brain because I loved it.
You take what you like and you take what you don't like and you just either don't do something or you do it.
I got to shout out, I got to go to one of the math teachers at my school. She's an awesome. All the teachers at my school are amazing.
It was so cool.
All the teachers at my school are so good.
All of them.
But her.
I'm sorry. I did that.
Oh, you caught yourself though.
Listen,
That's good. But like this math. Oh my God, her room is so cool, and like the time she spends really says a lot. Like.
But the kids know that.
100%.
The kids 100% know
handmade,
this person cares about me because they took the time to do this.
Handmade posters in marker all around the room of what you're going to need for resources that year of whatever they're working on. You know, the basic problem solve. I was like, that's electric.
And I was like, man, time you put in.
the time she puts into that. And like, that's where
like everything, like wherever you are, they know if you're actually like, investing the time in them or not.
And I'm super excited this year because now obviously I have,
your teaching partner,
my teaching partner. And he's awesome. And like we were like talking about, how are we gonna redesign? Like we're gonna redesign our entire. Like I'm like this Michael's trip is gonna be wild this year because we're redesigning the bulletin boards.
Oh my
God, we're redoing. We have graduates, so we're doing.
Spent last year.
Yeah, we're doing a graduate board this year because we're gonna have our first class of graduates, and like WBL is starting for us. If you're at tech schools, for us, we know it. It's like work-based learning, so you can actually.
Oh, you could do a lot with your graduate board. You could.
Like where are they going? Work-based learning. If you're not familiar, if you went to, I know like that's you, cool. I went to public school. You actually get to go out if you get hired as a job that's related to your trade.
Internship.
Yeah, it's like an or paid internship. Yeah. So, so I go back. It's actually a good mix for me as I do my summer program. I go back last week of July, first week of August for my program that I run.
So you only have like a week off then, huh? In between the two?
Yeah, it's about 3 or 4 days. So it's like it kind of gears me up to get back into the mindset of getting in there. But I also stay. I go a little bit early and I stay after because I use that time.
Yeah.
To get get stuff because I'm there anyway.
Yeah.
And it kind of gets me back into that mindset because it's funny.
I have to go in this summer.
Yeah, it's different. It's different for you as you were talking about. Like you are ready to go back. So like the summer off definitely earned. Like we work hard the whole school year.
You miss the kids.
You miss the kids, and then I also
they're fun.
If you listen to our show, this is why I say it's gonna be different for you. Really timestamp this one for the parents out there. I love being home in the summer. I get to spend so much time with my family, but I realized that there are times, when I first get to school in the morning. And at the end of the day, when all the kids leave, and it's just, all right, everybody stop for a second. You hear that? Me either. Quiet.
Oh, that's my house every day.
Yeah. See, so it's different for you. For me, I love being home, and this is not a shot like that. I love my family, but I'm also by the end of July, after 9.5 weeks of like having zero alone time, and I mean zero alone time. If you have a toddler and listen to our show, I was taking a shower and the shower curtain open. It was like, hello, do you need soap? And I was like, I don't. And my toddler said, you need soap, and dumped soap that I just bought all over my feet. And I was like, I could go back to school today. That'd be okay with me.
So I have to laugh at that because my house is quiet all the time, and so I have a house plant, which is amazing. But I have always wondered,
Cooks well,
and I say
the
this
houseplant.
though all the time, and I think I've talked about with you over the winter is I would actually prefer winter off than summer. But here's why is because during the summer the days are longer, so after school I can actually have a life. Whereas in the winter, after school, you're in bed because
It's dark
first
out.
of all, it was dark when you
cold.
left school.
Yeah.
But in the winter, like I have, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but I have a bunch of maker stuff in my house. And
Oh, so
I
you won't be
like
tempted to go outside.
right. And so in the winter,
Smart.
I'm inside using the maker stuff, whereas in the summer, I don't use it as much. And so I would rather have the winter off.
We
than
do
the
pool
summer.
parties in the summer, which we did
Right.
already, which was great.
I think it might be. I know other schools and other states and other countries do their breaks differently. Some schools go year round.
we talked about
and they
this in an episode.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I think
sure.
They did. I think we did. I would honestly like to entertain a different type. So like maybe you have a month off in the summer and a month off in the winter. I feel like that might be actually an interesting.
I think
blend.
there's going to be a lot of teachers out there who will fight you in the parking lot after
So
that.
there's also a lot of teachers that with
Who would like
with,
that, yeah.
with COVID though, where they've gone to now 4-day school weeks where
Yeah.
they have Fridays off and they do Monday through Thursday. And in the technical high school system, there's no better avenue for that because
then you have Fridays to work.
the kids can work every Friday. And then even if the teachers had to be there. Like then you can. You have
there's that time
You
in
have
that
that
classroom.
time to prep, to build your classroom, to make next week's lessons like 10 times better.
People who are higher ups, if you're listening.
I pitched it. This is not going anywhere.
So speaking of summer off, Goose, you got to get involved in this one too. I hope you guys have been thinking.
I have not.
I was
There's no thought process.
thinking a lot about when I have summer offs as an adult, obviously, because I'm a teacher. But it got me really thinking about what summer off was like when I was in, elementary school with the Peacocks and, the 5
God.
different schools
Let's
I went
not
to,
revisit
whatever.
that.
Yeah. But like just how life and like generations evolve of like stuff that, we do, Ted's Time Machine, but like, what was summer like for you,
I mean,
man?
you always
Like,
had a summer camp. Which
Okay, see, I never did summer camp.
Which parents will use as so they have lost their government
your
childcare.
parents definitely sent you to summer camp
They've
for
lost
sure.
their government childcare for 2.5 months.
Yep.
And like now they have to figure it out. And so there's always a summer camp. Now, to be honest, summer camps are usually pretty cool. I have a couple of my students that are doing like first responder type ones. Like,
Yeah.
Like the Fire Academy has an amazing
Yeah, they
one,
do a
like
cool
where
one.
the kids get to go for a week or two.
Actually, a couple of mine are going to the
And
State
then
Police
there's a
Academy.
State
Yeah.
Police one. But like I'm trying to think
Not what
back.
your parents sent you to, though, huh,
I
buddy?
did one which was on a old schooner
Oh.
in New Haven.
So your parents sent you on a boat
Yeah.
into the harbor.
It was a big one. Yeah, it was a huge boat. And I remember that all I remember from it, this is horrible that this is the only memory I have of it, is the pure trauma of, so I very distinctly remember going on this thing for a week or whatever, or 2 weeks or whatever it was. But I remember we were out sailing one day, and
out at
when
sea.
I say sailing, I don't remember any of that. Like I don't remember leaving. I don't remember if it was by motor. I don't remember anything. Nothing. All I remember there's like 50 kids on this thing, but I don't remember any of it. What I do remember is that we were swimming off the side of the boat. We were all swimming in Long Island Sound. And I remember that a school of those comb jellyfish went by, which is like, for anybody that doesn't know what a comb jellyfish is, it basically looks like a large iPhone charging brick. Like they're really not big at all. And they're harmless. They don't sting. It's just like a blob of jelly, but it is
those
still
are the
a
ones that
jellyfish.
washed up on shore. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's thousands and thousands and thousands of them when they roll through. And so it's weird, right? And so I remember that we're swimming and
This is his core memory.
Well, you'll hear why in a second because this is a traumatizing thing. And so we're in this comb jellyfish and they're everywhere. And it feels weird because it feels like you're swimming in water and every once in a while you bump into like a boba. like a boba tea thing. You're like, what the heck? Like, it's weird. It's super weird. And the kids, they're very young. They're picking them up. They're throwing them at each other through the water, right? And it's funny. Like, we're having a great time, right? So I'll never forget, because this was the end of my time going to camp. Is we're all picking up these comb jellyfish and throwing them at each other, like 20 yards apart, whatever. And, there's 50 kids in the ocean, all right? You have to picture this. 50 kids in the ocean off the side of a rustic antique schooner,
This
right?
is, okay, hold on.
So-
I have to
it
pause you for
gets-
one.
this gets
I
way
have to
worse.
pause you for 1
It
second.
gets way worse.
Out of all the TED time
You're going to
machines,
hear
and
kids
I got some
screaming
weird
like
ones.
the Titanic, all right?
I am dumbfounded. You were like, you brought up summer camp.
This is
and I
way
was
worse.
like, oh, he like played dodgeball
way
and
worse.
I was thinking like Camp Thunder Moon, dude. Like I'm thinking like, oh, he did like, like water balloons and went down a slide. And he's like,
Played field
no,
games,
he
captured
was
a
like,
flag,
yeah,
like,
he's like,
yeah,
he's
like
like,
normal
no,
things.
I was on a 17th century pirate vessel.
Well, I mean, it was one of those available things. Like, if you're a parent, you're like, oh, that sounds cool.
I want to talk next
Right?
time I see your parents. I'm going to talk to them about this summer camp.
This is where how traumatic it gets, right? So you have to picture a kid who can barely swim.
That makes sense. I've seen you swim.
Who's swimming in the ocean with 50 other kids.
Tracks.
Who's throwing, comb jellyfish. They're, and they're maybe 6 inches apart from each other. Like, there's thousands of these things all in the water, right? So we're all just picking them up and throwing them, or reaching around, throwing them. I reach around, I grab one. I go to throw it. I'm not looking. I go to throw it, and all of a sudden I feel it wrap around my hand. And I'm like, huh. And I look over, and it's a squid that I had picked up, and it had wrapped its tentacles backwards around my hand, and immediately, as I looked, sprays me with ink. Okay? So, like, I pick up
How is this a real story,
Oh, this gets
dude?
way worse. It gets even funnier, right?
How is this a story?
So this is literally...
I'm so glad this was the
The
topic I brought
iceberg
up.
just got hit. This is how crazy this gets.
Right? Yeah.
So I pull up, I go to throw it. I feel it right around my. I look back
Boom,
and I
inked.
see, and now, and I'm not covered in ink, right? And I'm start shaking my hand trying to get the squid off now, right? I don't know, because I'm terrified. Like,
Right.
when something grabs on you, you immediately want it off. So I'm like shaking this thing. So I start screaming, like horrific, blood-curdling screaming, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, and all I know is that something is latched on my hand, and I
How
can't get it
often
off.
do you think he dreams about
I
this?
didn't even know what the
Every
ink.
summer.
I didn't even recognize that there was ink all over. Like that's how, like, I'm terrified to get this thing off my hand, right? So I'm shaking, I'm screaming. Well, fun fact about squid is that if another squid gets that ink, it also inks. So picture me, who is in the middle of the ocean with kids all around me, and imagine
old wooden pirate vessel.
you're on the boat and you see this kid screaming. All right, you look over and there's a black pool forming around that child, and then that black pool continues to grow around other children, like the blob. And every kid, as soon as the ink starts, they all start screaming too. So now it goes from one kid screaming to this massive line of ink that's moving towards every other child, and every other child starts screaming the second, and now everyone's panicking. It literally looks like a scene from the Titanic. They're splashing, they're trying to get back to the boat, right? But get this, because it's a 1700 schooner, there's no ladder. It's a rope net off the side of the schooner, right? So you have kids scrambling, splashing, screaming, blood-curdling screams, like, to get back to the boat. And the captain of the boat is like, oh, God, because, like, you could tell he's done this before.
He's
So
like,
oh, God. So there's kids trying to get up this rope ladder, and they're falling. So, like, there's kids hanging by their feet by the rope ladder. There's other kids that are climbing over those kids because they just want out of the water because they're terrified. Like, it is pure
Mayhem.
scene from the Titanic mayhem, right? And I'll never forget that my fat little kid self couldn't get up this stupid rope ladder and now I'm freaking out 10 times more. So I'm like,
Do you still have the squid on you?
Crying, screaming. I have no idea. I'm crying, screaming, right? I'll never forget that the most superhuman human being I've ever met in my life was that ship captain who somehow picked me up by my bathing suit out of the water over the side of this ship from hanging from the rope ladder, and one arm lifted me up out of the water and put me on the boat. And I'll never forget that I kept thinking to myself, I am so fat, I can't get up this rope ladder. And this dude with one hand, basically his pinky finger, just ripped me
Manhandled
out
you.
of the water, held me up high, and put me back on the boat. And that wasn't it. Like, he's literally rescuing kids. Like,
They're just-
because the
yeah,
kids can't get up the rope ladder. There's kids that are literally hanging upside down from this rope ladder, like that fell. Like, there's kids that are like tangled.
I have so many
It's
questions.
like as a teacher, I'm thinking to myself, how did they like do a head count after that? Like, you've got to account that every kid.
Yeah, I have so like
dragged under the
adult
ocean
questions
by-
are like when you
by, you know,
like when your parents rolled up to the
What's
to
that
the
ocean
dock,
god?
like to where
What's
the
that
hell
ocean god, like with the trident?
Poseidon?
Like, yeah, it's like Poseidon came out of the
Yeah.
water and was
I, like-
rescuing children. Like, he was Poseidon. I shall save you, child.
I just want to know
Like-
when your parents picked you up from the fishery, the marine, wherever
No idea.
Mystic
I should ask my
Mystic
parents about
Seaport
that. I should ask my parents
that they
what
were
that-
like Sturbridge Village
They
dock
must
or whatever.
know the story too, because I
Like-
mean that was the most traumatic.
Like
thing
I just
that
don't
can
I just
remember.
don't understand. Like now as an adult, like I go to pick my like you're covered in ink and you're like
I have no idea. I have no idea.
like you're just
No idea. I don't
So,
know if I don't know if I,
I gotta
went
be-
back.
yeah.
I don't know if I went back. If I
look up like 1700 schooner. So I got to be honest. When I thought of
just
this
Mystic
section,
Schooner or whatever.
when I
New
thought
Haven,
of
I
this
don't know what it is.
section, I was gonna tell a story about how I rode my bike to the corner store.
That looks like it actually.
Yeah,
That looks like it. The Amistad. No, it's not the Amistad.
no, I
that
don't
does-
think you were on that one, buddy.
But that does look like the ship. Like it was about that size because that was about how high it was
schooner,
off the
yeah,
water.
17, yeah.
Because like there were people that, you know, some of the older kids could jump off the side
Yeah.
and land in the water, but everyone else had to climb down the ladder to get there. But that
So
was,
when we show noted this, I was like, I was gonna tell a story about how like I fell off my bike.
you didn't have the Titanic.
Yeah, like I was gonna tell a story how I got a red slush puppy and fell off my bike, and my parents thought like I had been attacked.
This just came to me.
But I don't. Yeah, and well, it's funny at the beginning of the show you were like, I don't know about this section, man. I don't have anything to offer, and you just described almost every
If you could
History Channel sea disaster
if you
show
could
I've ever watched
flashback,
in my
it
whole
literally
life.
looked like an episode of the Titanic. Like except the people are in the. It's like after the Titanic already sank and everyone's in the water splashing, screaming. That was the scene.
Well,
Did they send you back next summer? Is really
Oh,
my
did you-
question.
did you ever go? Yeah, did you ever go back again?
So the funny thing is like, you know, we don't know. We
know.
We remember like vague things in our lives. Like I remember that scene, but I don't remember going to the camp. I don't remember being at the camp. I don't remember.
Everything was overshadowed.
I don't remember anything other than that. So I have
See,
no
it's
It's almost
idea.
like in that scene in Limitless when he, you know,
Yeah, I have
got
no
lost,
idea.
and all of a sudden, like that just happened today,
Yep.
right
Yeah.
now.
I have
Like,
no idea
Yeah,
the preceding.
Yeah, whatever
Week
happened in
or
your
the-
brain when I was like, summertime fun, you were like, no, I'm going to talk about summertime disasters
Yeah.
at sea on a boat
I should
from the
seek therapy,
1600s.
Maybe. You know, like
That's a hell of a core memory,
put,
buddy.
Put your fist out towards me.
I don't know if I
Just
want
do
to.
it.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
All right. And
For our audio only listeners.
and this is what happens, okay?
Okay. Oh, that's tight.
But you
See,
don't
yeah.
you don't know what's coming.
And it's wet, probably.
Oh,
Why are
shit.
your
Yeah,
hands
yeah.
wet?
well, they're cold. Sorry.
That's a heck of a story, man. That is a heck of a summertime story.
You got to picture it. Like, I mean, the sea of ink spreading out, and every time it imagine this sea of ink comes towards you, and the second it hits you, you
I can
start
just picture
screaming.
like other kids just and like
Because once the ink hits, you definitely can't see in the water. Like you
no.
can barely
Well,
see anyway.
it's funny is I think of like this grizzled sea captain because you have to be like
That captain.
when you're that well in your summer they're like
he
hey,
was Poseidon.
they came to you. You own this boat from the 1600s that pilgrims came on, and they're like,
And you got
hey man, we know you
kid that
usually
grabbed a squid because he was too dumb.
Well, it's like even before that, they're like, hey man, we know you usually like go fishing in the summer, but would you be cool carting 50 kids who barely know how to swim into the Long
I
Island
can't imagine.
Sound
I should ask my parents. I can't imagine
during
that
the jellyfish bloom?
that it was cheap. I mean, like that. I feel like
I
that
can't
was. I feel like that was
imagine-
an expensive camp
It sounds like
because like they had to get lunch for the kids
How
every
many
day.
days was it?
It was a week.
were you just out at sea for a week?
No.
Did your parents just get rid of
No,
rid of them for a whole week? Just
No,
That is absolutely what I was thinking.
So
was
one of the
happening.
funny things
So-
is like I don't remember, but I don't remember being away from home any night.
Is that why you have a gold tooth?
I don't.
Did you get it pirating things?
I don't remember actually. Like I know we slept on it, but I don't remember being off the dock.
So you slept on this thing, from your recollection.
I honestly don't remember. I know
There's
this is
no
bad. I
possible
don't
way
remember
that
if I
they do
did or
this
not.
camp anymore. Like the legal.
Well, that's what I kept thinking. Like, how do you account for the 50 kids that are in the ocean when this Titanic disaster?
So based on your
happens?
age, this had to be probably like late 80s, early 90s that you
I got
did
to
this.
imagine. I was definitely in elementary school.
89, 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
This was the last summer that this probably.
Oh, big time. Because I know your dad and I know what he does for work. Like when he picked you up that day, he was probably like, "You'll be hearing from my people about this."
No.
And that's why they put that boat.
No, wait.
That's why your dad was actually like,
no way.
I
My mom was the one that would bring us.
yeah,
Like,
your dad was probably like, "I
that's what
paid you to
made
make
the
sure
boat."
that he lived
So,
on that boat forever."
That's a funny thing now. It's funny Ted mentions that because that's not the way parents looked back then.
No,
that's
it's
the way
not.
parents look now. The way parents look now is okay. They look for liability,
Yeah, yeah.
responsibility. Back then, the parents
right.
were always like, "What did you do?" Like,
that's true.
Like
What-
you could have an arm cut off, and the parents are like, "What did you do?
Did you stick
Like,
that
it's-
arm in the
it's-
thing that we told you not to stick your arm in?
it's
Yeah.
1000% always your fault, no matter what, as a kid. So like back then, I can only imagine what it was like running.
So
a
it's
summer
funny
camp.
that-
we lost 3 kids. What do you do? It's like, well,
Well,
what?
he probably,
Like,
yeah,
right?
he
Like-
probably wasn't listening.
Right. But honestly, it's funny we mentioned that, but that's the mindset.
Yeah,
And-
100%.
And we're teachers from that mindset
Yeah.
teaching now, which is not the case.
Correct.
Because now, no. If you're not watching the kids, that's your responsibility. That's
Yeah.
the number one thing. Whereas
Yep.
back then, what did you do wrong? Like it was
Yeah.
always your fault.
That's where actually our stories do cross, even though mine was a little less traumatic. When I came home covered in the slush puppy because I fell off my bike, my mom was like, "Did you
Red
get it
or
all
blue?
over the store too? Did you make a mess in there? Because I sent you down there to get the slush puppy and I trusted you. And did you
You're
make
right.
a mess on there?" And
You're
like,
right.
I remember being like, I had a scrape on my arm and I'm like, "And no more slush puppy." And I was like, "I don't think so." And she's, "We're going to drive down that store. And if you made a mess in that store,"
yeah, we're gonna clean it
you
up.
heard how lovely my mother is just asking me questions about how to stream stuff on TV. But if I made a mess in that gas station
You're right.
store, she was going to make me like with my scraped knee mop it up. And I was definitely not getting another Bahama Mama slush puppy, which by the way is the best flavor.
It was only red or blue.
No, well, yes, but
So
they had
that had to be the red.
it was Bahama.
It was Bahamas.
What
The blue was
slush
always
puppy flavors in the
wasn't
'90s?
blue always Arctic or ice.
Blue, yeah.
Blue was always-
ice something.
It was always.
It was ice something. Definitely
I
Bahama
still
Mama.
remember the slush puppy dog.
Oh, blue raspberry cherry. Look up Bahama Mama though. That's definitely
it's got
one.
it. No, it was either cherry or blue raspberry.
I'm telling you, Bahama Mama. That was my favorite one.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
See, AI has to.
Yes,
generate
Bahama
it.
Mama was a popular and well-remembered slush. I don't remember what it tasted like. Oh, flavor profile. There we go. Thanks,
It
AI.
says cups from the first grade snack, kindergarten, first grade cafeteria.
Thanks, AI, who's gonna murder us later. But
No, it's from
tropical
Reddit. Reddit
island
nostalgia.
flavors.
Described as having a tropical or island-like flavor with key flavor notes, including pineapple, coconut, and
See,
some
but
great
orange
Reddit,
cherry.
right
Oh yeah,
down
I would
below.
use all
There
the
you go.
flavors. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So yes, I had.
Oh
that.
yeah, you would get to
Yeah.
squeeze your own flavors.
Yep, I remember.
See,
that.
that's what I remember. That's my summer childhood
schools
memory.
Loved it because it was super cheap.
Right
'cause it was
there.
ice.
You know they have a glit.
They sold ice with
back.
flavor.
That's probably why we are the way we are. Is like
the red
to-
dye number 40.
Well, that for sure. But to keep it super slushy, they put glycerol in there.
Did they really?
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
If you know what I'm saying about how
I don't.
we.
How
That's why it had glycerol. See, it all tracks now. Um,
about we take an ad break at
Yeah,
this
let's-
moment because now
yeah,
I,
I
need
think-
to
yeah.
worry about my glycerol
yeah,
intake.
glycerol levels and whether or not I'm ever. If you ever offer me summer camp, I'm never coming with you.
By the
ever.
way, what's that?
meet me down
that
the dock.
popcorn additive. It's really super good. My
Butter?
no, my buddy.
Salt?
No, my buddy from
basic.
my buddy from college, high school and college had it. It was it comes in like a milk carton.
That glycerol is really scrambling your brain.
What's
son.
the milk carton? It's a popcorn additive. It's like I forget what it's called, but it's what
What year are
the
we
movie
going back
theaters
to?
use. It's the movie theater. It's a movie theater popcorn additive. It includes everything. It has like the butter, the flavoring, the color. It has everything. But it's like a container of this.
So it's like the butter flavor stuff, but it's
Is it flavicol?
Yes, flavicol. Yes, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
My buddy bought that, and he bought that, and I'll never forget sitting in the dorm room because he had it in college, and I'm like, "The hell is that?" He goes, "You'll see." I'm like, "That's weird." And he makes popcorn, and he shakes this flavicol in it. I'm like, "Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna." 100% movie theater.
it's like the MSG. It's like the
It has
Chinese food
everything.
restaurant.
It has everything in it.
Flavicol. It can't be good for you.
I would not think so.
Are they still using this?
Yes. Well, I am now because it is the best.
So if you, we'll have glycerol and flavicol at your house next time we put a movie up on the side of your house. And with
I
that,
don't know what are yellow number 5 and number 6 lakes.
I don't
All
know
I'm
if I
gonna say
want
is
to.
if you haven't tried this stuff, it's basically salt, artificial butter, and coloring.
Yeah.
And you just shake it on this, and it's like you
Does
immediately.
it melt immediately?
Oh yeah.
That's
You're immediately.
That's how you know,
You're
dude.
immediately at any drive-in. Like this is the stuff. Like they'll take 3 scoops of it, throw it in a trash bag, shake the popcorn up, and that's the popcorn for the drive-in. Like this stuff is
that sounds
like concentrated.
that sounds like the
insanity.
same thing they did with asbestos.
And an ad break.
And on that note, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. Hear a word from our sponsors.
Okay, we're taking a break from our episode here to talk about our sponsor, Red Planet Resorts. Have you ever dreamed of swapping Earth's routine for the red sands of Mars? Well, welcome to Red Planet Resorts, your ticket to a luxurious, immersive Martian adventure without ever leaving your home. With a 26-month virtual journey, you'll embark on a 7-month interstellar voyage aboard the Starship Galileo. You'll spend a year at a high-end resort on Mars, and then you'll return for another 7-month journey back to Earth, all while enjoying cutting-edge safety systems, full medical suites, and gravity-simulating comfort. There's several packages you can choose from for your trip to Mars. There's a level A luxury suite. There's level B with your classic journey with a work exchange program. It's just really, really, really cool. Our resort destinations, we have several. We have Olympus Mons. We have Valles Marineris. I still don't know how NASA pronounces it, but we offer breathtaking landscapes, popular excursions like lava tube exploration, crater treks, and more. It's more than a virtual getaway, though. It's an ultimate disconnect, a way to explore and make your mark on human history. Hundreds of 5-star reviews rave about the perfect blend of relaxation, adventure, and imagination. One guest called it the perfect mix of relaxation and exploration. Highly recommend. So, are you ready to make your interplanetary travel a reality? Well, head to redplanetresorts.com and use the promo code non-professional development at checkout, and you get 20% off your Martian journey today. Who says you can't be chasing your dreams just a little out of this world?
And we're back to the episode. I'm telling you, that was I can't
What's
believe
that movie where the guy at the beginning goes, who is like doing a movie? Oh, there's Anchorman.
Oh, Anchorman,
When he's doing the intro
He's doing
to
the
the thing.
intros, and then they
Like,
get back
like he's
to the
getting
show.
ready for the and we're live in 3, 2. It's what's his name?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yeah.
Love him.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come on our pod. I'm gonna write a letter.
I can't believe that during the
I
ad break.
could've wrote him a letter.
Oh well,
I mailed the other one.
we'll put that in the
Next one.
next one. I can't believe that during our break we figured out that your little summer camp still goes on.
Well, the heat wave too. We had a heat wave. By the way, I think it's kind of funny that a heat dome can cover an entire country.
Yes,
Like we had the heat dome heat wave where it was. I mean, it was.
it's insane the stuff
It
they
was-
call it. They're like like a heat dome.
But it
What do
was
we
like-
got, like the winter storms they call them like
Yeah.
you know like
But I mean, we had you had triple digit temperatures for 4 days in a row here, which to us, this far north in latitude, using teacher terms, in Connecticut is that's a lot, and with the humidity, it was super, super,
and
super
you know
hot.
what they say with people our age, it's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity.
Okay.
Uh,
Your age, our age.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. No. So,
So-
anyway, we're just talking about being in the 40s.
Well, speaking of the heat wave, you
But
had
anyway, so-
you had the pleasure of
so-
you got to go visit my school and
well,
get a bus.
We planned a trip. I planned a trip with some other state agencies for a bunch of students for the summer. We planned it 2 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we planned it for this certain date. We did not know that that was going to be the hottest day of the heat dome. And so it was 102 was the temperature.
Yeah.
But it was the feels like temperature was like 117 or something.
And what color are the buses that we drive?
They're blue. They're not yellow. But anyway.
Good AC on them?
There's no AC. Are you serious? But so anyway, so I go pick up the bus at 7 in the morning because I have to be at this other place at 8. And it's extremely hot already. Like it's already too hot. And so I'm trying to play it cool. I'm like, it's going to be a rough day. So I brought my little cooler with some water, some ice, some clementines. I happen to be a fan.
Big clementine
So
guy.
I have my little cooler of ice, basically just to keep ice, just so I can keep my water cold. And so I go into the school to get the keys to the bus, and they're like, "Yep, here you go. You should be all set." I say, "Okay, cool." So I go out to the parking lot, and there's like 10 buses out there. And I find my bus, and of course, it's the furthest bus that's, you talk about, the reason why I bring up the fact that it was the furthest is because normally I don't mind, but it was because of the temperature. It's like, oh my God, of course it's the last one. But whatever. So I get to the bus.
Yep.
I open the bus, I get on the bus, and I go to start the bus. I'm like, wow, this bus is kind of dirty, but okay, whatever. I go to start the bus, and it clicks. I'm like, oh no, what am I doing wrong? Because I don't know if anybody drives a bus, but there's always some weird like trick to starting the bus.
Trip,
so I'm like, I unlock the back door because the back door has to be unlocked. I'm like, okay, so I try start again. It goes click. I'm like, that's weird. So I keep trying, and long and short, a bunch of lights come on, and I realize it's not me, it's the bus. The bus is dead.
Yeah.
So say, okay, so I have to go back into the school. Now, when I say this, it's a football field from where I am to the entrance of the school. And I just traversed it. I just traversed it twice. And so now I'm going to traverse it again. So I go to the school. I come back with another set of keys. I'm like, all right, where's this bus? It's right next to that one. So it's the second to last bus. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So I get on the bus. I go to start, and boom, then you hear this loud buzzer alarm going off, like ear deafening.
Oh, yeah,
big time. I'm like, I know what that is.
That's the back door.
The back door. But I had unlocked the back door. So I'm like, did I unlock the back door? So now I walk to the back of the bus, which is, the bus has been baking for days. So the bus was
school ended a month ago.
The bus was much hotter than the outside. So I walk to the back of the bus. I'm like, you have to bend down behind the seat. I'm like, it's definitely unlocked. And like the metal thing is over the flap. I'm like, it's definitely unlocked. So I jiggle a little bit and I walk back to the front of the bus. I go start again. The alarm's off again. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It's so loud, deafening. So at this point, I turn the bus on. The alarm's going off. Like, it's deafening. You can't hear. And I'm like, at least if the bus is on, I'll know when it's off. So I get back up. I walk to the back of the bus. Like, it's borderline. You need to cover your ears. Like, I'm
it's loud.
like, ow, 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 ow. I get to the back. I'm shaking the thing. I'm kicking it. Like, the stupid box isn't registering that the lock's not locked. So I open the emergency door. I close the emergency door. No matter what, it doesn't work. So I'm like, is there something else? So I go and make sure that the windows are all there, because the emergency windows, they'll do it too. I check the roof. That's fine. I'm like, I don't have an answer to this. So I shut the bus off. I'm like,
do you do another lap?
You got to be kidding me. So I go back to the front of the school. So now I'm on my third football field trip in, it's at least
not close.
At least 90 degrees by now. And it's uphill to the front of your school. Downhill the second way, I'll give you that. But it's not uphill both ways. But so I get to the school, and at this point, the custodian goes, oh, no, yeah, I'll fix it for you. And in my brain, I'm like, this isn't going to work, and we're going to make a fourth trip. I know it, because he's going to go down there, realize it can't be fixed, and he's going to have to make the trek himself now to go get the bus book. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, playing it cool. I'm like, yeah.
Were you cool at this point, though, like internally?
Oh, no, I was sweating.
Yeah.
Completely sweating. My shirt's already half soaked. He's like, wow, it looks hot out there. I'm like, so anyway, so he walks out. So he walks out with me. I'm not hitting the buzzer. So I walk out. He walks out with me and turns the bus on and says, well, yeah, that's the back door. I'm like, and so he walks to the back of the bus. He says, yep, try. And he walks back to the front of the bus, tries it now. Yeah, I'm sure. And the alarm goes like, well, son of a. I'm like, wouldn't you know? And so he's like, I'm gonna leave it on. I'm gonna go back there and play. I'm like, so he turns it on. The alarm's going off. He walks to the back. Now he's swearing. He's, doing the same thing I was doing. Walks to the front. He's like, we'll have to go get another book. And I'm like,
and This is 7 a.m. for the record, right?
7 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's already 90 degrees. Feels like I'm in a shower. So we go back inside. We get a bus book. And he's like, this one should work. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so I take the bus book down. I go down. The bus works. I'm like, perfect. And now my phone starts blowing up. It's like, where are you? You're running late. I'm like, so you can't text and drive on the bus. Obviously, you can't even hold your phone and drive on the bus. And so like, I'm trying to answer this guy saying, I'm on my way. I'll be there. And he just won't stop texting it. So I finally put the phone down because like I have to drive the bus, but you can't do both. You can't have the phone. You can't even have the phone in your hand. And we're very strict about all this stuff. And so like, I'm not going to do it. And so I'm driving the bus. I get there and I get there like 2 minutes late. And he's like, oh, we didn't think you were coming. I'm like, because there's no air conditioning on this bus. So I'm driving it. And so, so we drive the bus. I drive the bus. The bus is an hour from where we were to where we're going. So I'm driving this bus. It's stupid hot. We get there. They're doing their thing for the day. And then finally around lunchtime, they realize it's too hot and that they need to cancel their afternoon activities. And meanwhile, I'm like, I was going to tell you that, but okay. So they cancel the afternoon activities and now we have to drive the bus back. So I have to drive the bus an hour back to our pickup point and then 45 minutes back to the school to drop the bus off, right? Where my car is baking, right? I'd be shocked if the tires were even there at this point because they should be melted. And we're driving back and it's 102 degrees.
Yep.
The bus has been sitting outside in the sun for now hours. And I look, I'll never forget this. I look up in the mirror, which by the way, this is not like a little rearview mirror. I love that school bus mirrors are literally the size of, like it's like a 4-foot whiteboard. Yeah. It's a huge mirror. And I think that's kind of funny. But anyway, I've always laughed at that. But I look in this giant mirror and every person on the bus I see, they're like, just like their head is back, their tongue is out, like as if that would help, like a dog. And they're like, they're
hot.
They're hot. Every window's rolled down. Like, and so like I'm driving this bus and I go to make the turn to the school and I realize, Goose, I'm stuck to the seat. Like stuck, like not by sweat, but like my shirt skin
You've now fused
has
to the seat.
Melted to the seat because that's how hot this bus was. And I'm like, oh, like, and so like I go to like, I use my arm and I literally peel myself off of the seat to make a turn. And the guy that's sitting behind me, one of the chaperones, like, wow, it's a scorcher. And I'm like, I stopped. Like
people who say it's a scorcher.
At this point, I almost am tempted to crash the bus.
Yeah.
Just that, I'm sorry. No. But like, I'm tempted to like, you think? Like, I burned to the seat. Like
people who say, have you ever met any, so people who say it's really a scorcher out there. We've all heard it because we're all laughing and like viewers, you know the person who said it.
The same temperature.
But has anybody in your existence ever, and I will end it on this, I think it's a fantastic place to end it. Has anybody ever said any of those lines at a time where it was like appropriate? Like when you're like, oh, that makes sense. Like,
yeah, you know what? You're right. It is. I didn't notice. What? I had not noticed.
Or like the guy who's like, you know what? It's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity. As you're dripping sweat and you're like, oh, is it? Is that what gets you? It's the humidity? Or the guy, this one's great. You know,
that's what I want. I want.
It's a good dry heat.
I want.
And you're like, oh, it's dry. Oh, because I don't feel dry.
Please put in the comments. Yeah. I want to know the most blatantly matter of fact, duh thing you've heard somebody say at the school. Like that's what I want.
What's the? It's a scorcher out there, or it's not the heat that gets you. It's the humidity.
These kids today, like But I another thing that a lot of people don't realize that maybe listening that aren't teachers is that
it happens everywhere.
Those windows aren't power on a bus, and so at the end of the day, when the bus pulls back in and all the windows are open, you have to go in between each seat because you can't just. So you have to go out of one seat into the next. Put the window up. Go out of the seat into the next.
And every window you put up,
26
the heat index is increasing.
Yeah. So on all 26 seats of the bus, you have to put the window up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I get back and I'm like, I look in the back of the bus. I'm like, oh.
Yep.
Like
every time.
But yeah, I have to do it again.
Yeah. What's your? And you don't have to be a teacher. What's your? It's a scorcher out there. That's like the.
Yeah. What's your matter of What's your blatantly obvious statement that somebody's made at your workplace? What's the one at Petco?
Working hard or hardly working?
What's the one at Petco? Man, these fish pellets get me every time. Like,
if anybody works at Petco, please tell us what's
I drove
yours.
by a Petco on the way to wherever I was going this weekend, and I laughed because I'm like, I remember that.
I remember that
we
place.
talked about that. Anyway,
So let's finish up the episode
Good
with this.
episode.
I want to take a couple minutes to
fun.
talk about it, and I'm going to turn it over again to you, Dave. Because I know you, your brain has finally been unlocked. But I want to remind everybody out
which
there.
point?
Yeah, definitely not summer anymore. We should get that buried back down somewhere. But I want to take a second to talk about how important our socials are.
No, I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
First of all, you can listen to our podcast, Non-Professional Development. Hopefully, at this point, you've listened to some episodes. You're liking it.
I was laughing so
I know,
hard on the way to work.
I'm proud of our product we're putting out there. But you can get us anywhere you get your podcast. Obviously, you can watch us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get yours.
I'm iTunes. I don't know where you guys are.
Jump on in. I use Apple Podcasts, but iHeartMedia, whatever you get your podcasts. I don't even think that's a thing. No, that's radio. That's different. That's a different medium. Don't check that out.
Oh, man.
Well, you can, but
They have
not
a
for us.
concert every year.
Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. That's where you can get us. But also you can check us out on Instagram.
Yep.
All the socials at Non-Professional Development. But a big thing that I think that we want to spend just a couple minutes before we end the episode on is our Patreon, because that is going to be a really, really special place.
Oh, this unlocked my brain, man.
Yeah. So
I
it's
see
going to
where
be a
you're going
really,
with
really
this.
special place where we are going to do super exclusive content for our listeners, for our subscribers, to our Patreon. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff there. Goose, I know you and we have some ideas that we're going to put up there. But now that Dave, who is part of our pod, now understands Patreon and what an amazing service it's going to be, honestly, for you guys.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So what are your ideas
I
for
was so pumped
our
because-
Patreon? Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff that we do. So if you take something that
Because
you're...
this show's only an hour, and we don't
Right.
have time to do all of that.
So
we wanna do here.
we have a super cool thing where, and everybody does, but our previous career was as police detectives, and
Yep.
there is a tremendous amount of psychology that we have gone to school for, of professional schools to learn how to do and how to read people and human lie detecting and literally like the coolest of psychology, interpersonal relationship building. And one of the things that I found in my own personal life is how much that helps me develop business ideas and so,
teaching ideas.
Right. And so I am so excited. I already have a ton of ideas that we have to record over the next week or two. Is so first of all is how you develop, because we have done it really well, is like how you develop psychology of the classroom based on what we've learned, which is the craziest part. So
And
for
how you
instance,
turn that into insane lessons.
Right. Like, I mean, lessons that are gripping, that are like kids can't get enough of. So Goose, for example, like we brought our two classes together for the first time, and we were going to bring them together multiple times. We were going to build, their relationship together. And I realized that about halfway through of us doing this, I'm like, no, we need to do this psychologically. And so what we did was we told the kids had planned to spend all day together. They were going to spend 6 hours together during the day, getting their lessons together, doing the lesson together. And but there were two kids from different schools or in two classes. And we wanted to really,
And honestly, different demographics.
right. And we wanted to really build the dynamic
bond,
where
yeah.
they were really getting together. So what we did is we developed this thing where they weren't going to know what hit them. So we did quick speed dating. They have a minute and a half, and we gave them this little pieces of paper that had a couple questions on it. That way, if they couldn't think of anything, they could just use it. But they had a minute and a half to meet each other, and then boom, minute and a half, move to the next person. Boom, minute and a half, move to the next person. And there was 18 kids from each class. So we knew that in 36 minutes, that was going to be over.
Yep.
But it was going to be high speed, dynamic. The kids were going to go on, they're going to get to meet each one of them, asking them the same stupid questions each. So it was going to be super fun. And that way, nobody was worried about what to say or what to ask.
Placed in any awkward
was
situation.
perfect.
And everybody was experiencing the same thing at the same time,
the
which was
same
important.
awkwardness, right? And so we knew that was going to take 36 minutes. So right at the end, we're like, all right, everybody. And right at the end, Ted gets a mysterious phone call, which he answers, right? which was all planned. We had planned this. This wasn't real. And Ted gets the phone call and he starts talking all serious. And I go over
Played into that,
and
yeah.
I start playing into it that he's got a really serious phone call. Like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Are you okay? And he starts taking his phone call. Now the kids recognize that we're doing this. All the kids are milling about.
Because if you don't
having
think your
their
kids
social-
pick up on stuff,
right?
they do.
Of course they do. So every kid in the room is milling about being social. They're processing what just happened, but there's a couple kids that are tuning into what we're doing. And at that point, we ended the day. We said, you know what? All right. Hey, everybody. We got to get back to school. We got some meetings that we got to attend to. Sorry, we had to cut this a little short today. We'll get you back together. And the entire bus ride back, Ted's kids were like, those kids were awesome. Oh, my God, we can't wait to get back. And my kids were like, oh, that got cut too short. We were having fun. Like,
Yeah, we want them to come back.
And all we did is with that one thing.
We
is
manufactured the cut short.
We manufactured psychology of having an amazing class experience, and those kids did it, and they couldn't wait to get back together.
And
whereas if we had drawn
Yeah.
it out over a full day, those kids, their psychology, they may like each other, they may not, they may leave depending on the day they had, they may
Right.
leave with it. So there's a whole bunch of psychology to teaching, and I cannot wait. I have like 4 or 5 episodes on the Patreon that
love
I
it.
can't wait to talk about. But then with the business stuff
Yeah,
as well.
and hold on that last thing. If you're wondering, like, well, why'd they cut it short if they were having fun? The whole point was some of the anxiety was, oh my God, we got to spend 6 hours together.
Right. Yeah.
How are we going to
Yeah.
do? It's not going to be activity after activity after activity after.
There's gonna be
there's
downtime.
going to be, and they
I'm
were
not on my home turf. There's all
and I
kinds of
really,
stuff.
and we both recognized, because this is not the first time we've done it. We both recognized, like, oh, that is kind of like
was
seeping
awesome.
its way in. So by removing that without their control of that 6 hours, they thought they were going to spend 6 hours.
You can design any classroom lesson though,
But they went
same
in.
way.
They went in thinking they were going to spend 6 hours, but we removed that without them.
Yep.
And then it was like, well, now it's like, again, neither of you, but it's like having kids. So if I remove something that my kid wants that I put in front of her, it's a huge deal.
But if you also,
But if I also tease that you're going to get it back, it was a whole thing.
But like you can tease the psychology is like people like to know what to expect. They like to know what's coming. But in the same token is you can alter that and psychologically build an incredible lesson.
Yeah.
And we've built some incredible lessons. And so I think what would be cool is first on the Patreon to take some of our incredible lessons and show why psychologically that was
It
an
works. So
incredible
you
lesson.
can put it into whatever you teach.
Any lesson. And then, but then it goes even further with the business stuff because all of my successful businesses on the side, like how I built them and how they developed was all from my previous failures. I would love to talk about that. And then I talked about it at the beginning of the show, but like I have a house full of maker stuff, CNC machines, lasers, fiber lasers, CO2 lasers, UV printers, and showing how we use all that stuff with the classroom.
And how it interconnects is going to be really cool.
But showing how you just make stuff. Like, hey, if people want to know, like,
And that's
hey,
the kind
I'd
of
like
thing-
to do this at home. Like, okay, here you go. Here's the machines I have.
Right. And that's the
fun.
kind of thing that
fun.
can really help. And I know it's helped us, because I have some maker stuff myself, but like, we talked about in this episode, it's hard to have the resources. But if you make it sometimes, and it's not easy all the time, but if you make the investment into having something so you can make it yourself, then it never goes away. Right.
Well, we make stuff for our classroom all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
We make those the dog tags for their
100%.
backpacks and stuff
Yep.
But I'm just so excited for the Patreon because and this is why my brain was unlocked. I didn't really know that Patreon was a thing. I didn't really realize about it. And I didn't want to detract from our time recording here to talk about stuff that's not really teach related, but some of it is and some of it isn't. And I feel like this is the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, it's the best intersection. So we will leave you on that. I hope that excited you because
I can't wait.
we tease that. Like that's the kind of stuff we're going to be bringing to you on the Patreon. It's us talking
taking criminal detective, major crime level,
taking lessons,
interview and interrogation, and showing how you can make that. So, Goose, I gotta tell you, you're gonna laugh very hard at this. So, there's this lesson that we teach. It's intermediate level. Well, it's not that we teach it; we got taught it. It's intermediate level, and if there's any police detectives that are listening to this, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But
we should save this for the Patreon.
Well, I'm just gonna tease it, but it's a higher level interview and interrogation technique of multiple suspect elimination. And so a kid,
That is a good one.
A kid could graffiti something on the hallway, right? We don't need cameras. I don't need anything. I'll tell you exactly which kid in the school did it just by the reactions of the kids. And we'll teach you that. Like we can easily teach that to anybody. So you don't need cameras in your classroom. And intuitive parents and teachers probably already know this stuff. Just like a parent knows if their kid's lying or not. The same type of thing, but we'll teach you exactly. No. Ask these questions. Here's why. You can make any questions you want. And once you know the formula, you'll be like, oh.
It's like solving a Rubik's Cube.
And now you know exactly which, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like solving a Rubik's Cube.
Exactly which kid graffitied on that desk though. And you don't need cameras or anything. And in fact, the kid will admit to him, be like, oh, you got me.
Yeah.
But they won't know how.
Right.
It's super easy though.
So
stuff like that we can do on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Takes
so
2
we're
seconds.
gonna be bringing to you
That lesson will be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And the teachers will be
all
like,
of this stuff.
brain
It's going to be
unlocked.
differing lengths. We're going to have stuff, longer stuff, shorter stuff that you can grab on your way through, stuff that's going to take you a sit down, stuff you want to watch. So that is going to be up and running soon. Please check it out. By the time you listen to this, it
certainly by
probably
the
will
time you
be.
listen to
I
this.
followed my rule, so you don't know what episode this is.
Wasn't your rule, it was Goose's rule.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You don't know what it is. We do. But by the time you listen to this, we are going to have it up. We're super excited about it. Check it out. If this is your first time listening, welcome in, and also goodbye. We will catch you next time.
Non-professional development.
I'm Ted.
I'm Dave.
Catch you next week.